Hey guys, this is going to be a multi-part video which is going to be absolutely useful for you if you work with data. So without wasting any further time, let's quickly get on with the video. Okay, so I have some data here, and if you look carefully, you'll see that the data in each cell has random spaces in there, right? And this happens when you copy data from some website, or when you export data from some app. Sometimes you end up data like this with some random unwanted spaces in between. Now to remove this, all you need to do is select the data, okay, and press Control H. Control H will open up the find and replace dialog box, right? From here, in find what, you can simply enter a space, and for replace with, you don't need to do anything here, okay? So basically, we're telling Excel to look for a single space or space, right, and replace it with nothing, okay? If I press replace all, you'll see it has found 49 extra spaces which it has removed now. Okay, if I close this, you'll see all the data is now without extra spaces. But look at this time around, instead of part codes, what we have are names, and you can clearly see there are some extra spaces between the names. Sometimes there are extra spaces in front of the names, and there could be extra spaces at the end which we are not able to see. How do we remove these extra spaces? Now, if we go with the method that we just discussed, if I select all of this, press Control H, we already have a space here, right? So it's all ready for us. I can simply click on Replace All, and look at this. Excel has replaced all extra spaces. I'm going to click on OK and close this. But if you look carefully, what it has done is it has merged everything together. You have your first, last, or middle names, everything together now. But for Excel, it does not care about whether you have names in there or words in there. All it does is remove spaces from all these cells, right? So in such scenarios, the Control H or find and replace method is not going to help you. Okay, I'm going to press Control Z. Okay, now let's see what else we can do. In Excel, there is a function called trim. I'm going to come here. I'm going to enter equals to trim, bracket open. I'm simply going to select this cell, close the bracket, and if I press enter now, and if I come here and drag this down, you'll see Excel has now successfully removed all extra spaces without removing the spaces from between the first and last names, right? And this is exactly how you would want the extra spaces to be removed. Okay, so when you're working with names or when you're working with words that shouldn't come together, you should use the trim function. And when you're working with text that can be together, where you don't want any spaces at all, you can use the Control H method. Okay, I hope that made sense. All right, let's imagine you have some data like the one you see on the screen, and you need to highlight some cells based on a certain criteria. Okay, let's say for example, I want to highlight all the cells, in the productivity column that are more than 90%, let's say. Okay, so if I come here, and since this is more than 90, I can come here and highlight it using this. Okay, now this is 90, but I want to highlight only the ones that are more than 90. So this is more than 90. I can select this, and I can select this. I can do this manually, but the problem here is that if my data is very big, then it would probably take up my entire day doing this. Of course, you can use conditional formatting, which is a much easier option. But the trick that I'm going to show you is can be used when your data is small, but you don't want to apply conditional formatting, right? Plus, this is a quick way if you are doing certain formatting again and again. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to select all of this, and let me just remove the coloring. Okay, I'm going to select this, and I'll go back and highlight it using this color. Okay, now next time when I want to highlight another cell the similar way, I can simply select that cell, and instead of going all the way here, I can press F4. Okay, so F4 basically repeats the last formatting you did. Okay, look at this. This is much easier for me. I don't need to go there now. Again, remember, this is only applicable when your data is small and you don't have a lot of cells to highlight like this. You just need to repeat the same formatting you applied the last time. Let me show you another example. Okay, so here I have four tables and I want to apply borders to all these tables, right? I can select the first table and apply the borders. Now, when I have to apply borders to the next table, I don't need to repeat the whole thing. I can simply come here, select the whole table using Control A and press F4. It will apply the last formatting I applied on Excel, right? Again, come here, select Control A, F4. Select Control A, F4. So F4 is a huge time saver trick. I would definitely recommend you to use it. It will save a ton of your time. Let's move on to the next trick. All right, in this example, the task is to remove all the rows where the productivity is highlighted in green. All right. So what we need to do is first we need to select all the cells in the productivity column that are formatted green. So for that, what you can do is press Control F, and we are in the Find and Replace dialog box now. You need to select Format. Now basically you need to apply the format based on which the cells need to be selected. In my case here, I want to select all the cells that are highlighted in green, and this is the green that I selected, so I've selected it. And there's no other formatting here. So I can simply click on OK and click on Find All, and you can see all the cells that are green are now highlighted. You can basically expand this from here and you can see all of them that are in green are listed down here. Now, if I want to remove all those rows, all I need to do is press Shift and select the last entry here, and all of them are now selected. Close this, and you can see all the green ones are now selected. I can press Control minus and select entire row and click on OK. All the cells that were highlighted in green, all those rows are now removed. So this is a quick method on how to find and select cells based on a certain format.